Hello everyone, my name is Fernando and I'll be doing a presentation on the Route 1A corridor study in Revere, Massachusetts. The agenda for today will focus on the study area, corridor problems, goals and objectives, the existing conditions, future no-build conditions, the long and short-term improvements, costs, and funding. The study area, highlighted in yellow, focuses from Butler Circle in the south to the intersection of North Shore Road and Oak Island Avenue in the north. It's important to note that Wonderland Station is located within the corridor, as I will be mentioning that throughout the project. Part of the problem is that the Blue Line is a terminal station with a parking garage of about 2,000 parking spots. So what that means is many drivers from the North Shore communities drive into Wonderland Station for their commute into Boston. And what that does is increase the number of vehicles within the corridor. Looking at the picture, within the recent years, there's been many new developments that have either been completed or in the process of being completed, which increases the amount of activity in the corridor, causing greater congestion. I'd like to show this video just so you can see what it's like to drive on the road while there's no traffic. This was taken in the middle of the week around noontime. The other video in real time took just under 3 minutes to record, while this one took about 8 minutes. That's almost triple the time, which still isn't as bad as driving during the summer. In the summer, driving through the mile stretch can take anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. And as you saw in the beginning of this video, it doesn't help that cars are leaving the garage directly merging onto Route 1A. As the area continues to develop, conditions for pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorists are expected to worsen. These goals and objectives are meant to balance the needs of motorists with the needs of pedestrians and bicyclists by increasing the quantity and quality of infrastructure for walking, biking, and bus transit that will make the road more efficient. The area is bounded by wetlands in the west and the Atlantic Ocean to the right. The floodplain covers the majority of the corridor, which is something to take into consideration in the future. The demographic makeup of Revere is primarily white and Hispanic, with a lot of Hispanics found within the study area. The future no-build strategy will not address the long-term needs for this corridor within Route 1A. As shown in the figure, current traffic conditions are intolerable, with vehicles stuck at an intersection during a green light with no forward movement. As seen with the bottom picture, the sidewalks in the area are limited in width, which are also in bad conditions, including many obstructions. The existing cross-section includes 2 lanes of travel in each direction. My proposal would include converting the rightmost lane into a designated bus lane to promote the use of bus transit. Along with improving sidewalks with more bus stops and more lighting within it, it would result in more people taking the bus to reduce the amount of vehicles on the road. Introducing battery-powered electric buses over the conventional diesel-powered buses, it would benefit the nearby community as no tailpipe pollution is produced to improve the overall air quality within the area. Long-term improvement number 1 would see the extension of the Blue Line from Wonderland Station to Central Square Station in Lynn. Alternative 1 would see the Blue Line run through the Rumney Marsh Reservation alongside the existing Newburyport and Rockport commuter rail line, while Alternative 2 would see the Blue Line extension extend alongside Revere Beach Boulevard through Point Pines in the Linway through the existing right-of-way. Both of these alternatives would provide congestion relief as commuters will drive to Central Station instead of Wonderland Station, as Central Station would be able to accommodate the increase in passengers, with the current parking lot garage of about 978 spaces only uses up roughly 275 spots on a daily basis, or 28%. Long-term improvement number 2 would increase the commuter rail service between the cities of Revere and Lynn along the existing Newburyport-Rockport commuter rail line. This would include a new commuter rail station in Revere with the short connector to Wonderland Station. The empty parking lot between them would be transformed into a green space with pedestrian facilities to provide connections between the proposed commuter rail station and the existing Wonderland Station. The connector would see an elevated structure for pedestrians when crossing over Route 1A. This would limit the impact of pedestrian crossings from delaying the normal traffic patterns due to the increase in pedestrian activity. Costs for the short-term improvements would include buying new battery-powered buses, right-of-way reclamation, sidewalks, street lighting, bicycle parking, marked crosswalks, and traffic signs, which would total to about $4.5 million. Due to the long-term improvements requiring massive amounts of construction, the numbers are significantly higher. For long-term improvement 1, alternative 1, the total cost would be roughly about $615 million, with long-term improvement 1, alternative 2 costing about $410 million, and long-term improvement number 2 costing just about $160 million. For this reason, I will be moving on with the short-term improvement for now. Eventually, as development around the area finishes construction, bus transit will not be able to accommodate the influx of people traveling within the study area. The ideal situation sees a Blue Line extension into Lynn, but for now, it's just too expensive. As to why I think my project deserves funding for the short-term improvements is because of the following reasons. One is due to safety, as it provides sufficient street lighting for pedestrians and cyclists to feel safe, and it also improves the opportunities for pedestrian and bicycle travel. This improvement also helps the environment, as the electric-powered buses reduces emissions to improve the overall air quality. There will also be minimal impact on the Rumney Marsh Reservation, and it promotes transit use over passenger vehicle use. It also promotes economic development, as it strengthens the connection between transportation and land use, by also promoting the consistency between transportation improvements and economic development. Connectivity and mobility will be improved as the dedicated bus lanes reduces congestion within the area. And lastly, the environmental justice population won't be affected as bus travel is the cheapest form of transit available.